Hello and good morning.
Good Annie morning.
Good Anna morning. Welcome to the Animation Breakfast Club with Doig and Swift.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Long time no speak.
It's been all the way since Friday.
All the way 4 days.
That's
3 days.
3? 3? Yeah. 3? 4? Well, this is the fourth. This is the fourth one after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? How's everyone been? How's your weekend?
How are you? Okay, so today was planned to be Anna Morning Challenge.
Yeah.
Day. And we were going to assemble all the dance clips. Unfortunately, yesterday...
Oh, yesterday. Yesterday was a day. There was a reason that we didn't have a stream yesterday.
Which was because we were working toward a deadline.
Yeah, there was a big old deadline at night. And everyone was, working super hard to get it finished. And Mike and I also were working super hard to get it finished. And so we wound up not having time to do the stream because we were needing as many hours as we could get in the day to try and finish off the work and get it sent off for the deadline. But because of that, Mike also didn't really have time yesterday to assemble the clips together like we were intending to.
No.
So that might have to happen today instead.
Do you think that I should assemble them on stream today or off stream later and we do the Anna Morning Challenge tomorrow?
Well, I'd say that's kind of up to people in the chat.
Yeah.
I think either way we'll end up doing the Anna Morning Challenge tomorrow.
Okay.
Just because, we want to make sure we have them all assembled and check over it and choose a good track.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff I think is better done off stream.
Yeah. Okay. I sort of agree.
So that's what I'd suggest.
I sort of agree. But if you are interested in seeing what people are doing for the Anna Morning Challenge, you can check it out on Twitter at the hashtag Anna Morning Challenge.
Yeah, I'm very sorry we had to delay this week. Hopefully not all weeks will be like this, but also because we freelance as a day job, we can't always 100% guarantee that things will always be on time, but we'll do our best.
And that is the Doig and Swift way.
Yeah.
To do our best.
Yay.
And to aspire to greatness. And to keep on trucking.
Yeah.
And to seek out new life. And
to boldly go
go.
where no streamers have gone before.
Which means... What are we doing then today?
What are we doing today? Okay. Well, it's a little bit different today. So I don't know what you're up to, Mike, but I think I will be doing some perspective practice. I just figured out there's a tool. It's not new. It's just new to me. There's a tool in Storyboard Pro that allows me to map out perspective grids.
Okay.
Anyone who's a veteran of the streams is going to know that I have a problem with perspective. And
previously on the saga of perspective and the Swifty.
And so I wanted to do some practice today.
Okay.
I've got some city shots, some bird eye city shots that I don't have a clue how to map the perspective of. I'm going to try mapping the perspective of them using the perspective tool and see if I can learn how to use it.
Okay.
So this will be like a good practice for me. It's like a practice stream almost.
All right. Well, I think that's cool. I think that's good.
I think it'll be frustrating for me and fun, and hopefully people will find it useful. I guess if people have Storyboard Pro as well, then they might find it handy to see how these tools work through the lens of someone who's never used them before and who doesn't know how to use them.
Cool.
So
okay.
I guess we'll figure it out.
Well, I think I'll try and work on... Well, not try and. I will work on the the Sonic animation I was doing so that I can get that finished off. And I think that was called Swift Whip.
The Gill and the Glim.
No, the Sonic one.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Ah, because our pal Jordan is cutting together the episodes.
Yeah.
And we need a cool outro
Yeah.
for it. And then Mike was thinking that we could use that, but it's not completely done.
So let's get her done.
Let's get her done.
Get her done.
Oh, awesome. I've got Tib in chat. So Tib, you will be my guiding light when it comes to perspective.
All right, I'm going to put our screens on now then.
Okay.
So
You guys will be able to see the bunch of city shots I have. I don't know how many of these are the same perspective. How many of them are different perspective. I just know they look very scary. But also, not as scary because buildings are just boxes, right? So, hopefully it will be manageable. Thank you, In-Betweens. I appreciate it greatly.
Alright.
Lady Yami has grown a beard and then shaved it off. But yeah, for anyone who is wondering, we got the sent off to the clients, and we will be receiving their verdict on it today.
Help me! Wake up, Sid! Shut up, Tails!
Lady Yami, thank you so much.
2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's so generous of you. We really appreciate it. Thank you a bajillion.
Let's see.
Oh, I wonder if your angry emote's gone through yet.
I think it has.
I'm gonna try it. Oh wait, I can't because on my account I don't have the emotes. You have to do it, Mike. It has to be you.
I have to do it to it.
Let's do it to it.
There we go.
Oh look! It's there! It's alive!
Yay!
Look at that angry bear.
It's so angry though.
Lady Yami, did you put a hat on yours? Ah! Ah! Hello, Stamps. Good morning. Let me see what you got there.
Stamps, get away! Get away!
Ah! Ah! You leave Stamps alone.
He's got worms.
Is that a joke?
No, I don't know. I just think it's improv. You know,
How dare you imply that my bird friend has worms? Unless you mean he got worms as in, it's an early bird. He got his breakfast. We got our breakfast.
yeah.
Which one?
He's the early bird that got the worm that was his breakfast.
Oh, well, that's alright then. Good Stamps. You get those worms. It's Protoman says, I can't stay on for too long as I have work in 8 hours, but I want to say thank you guys for being awesome. Protoman, thank you for being awesome. And no worries, there's no obligation for you guys to have to hang around if you have other obligations or anything. It's purely a stream purely for your entertainment and to hang out.
education, not purely for entertainment. We're trying to provide valuable information to the animators who tomorrow
are my favorite kind.
who tomorrow might be animating more than they have today.
Good. Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Ah! Stamps agreed.
Okay, that call was for agreement.
It was. I can speak crow now. I've spent enough time with Stamps.
You have been
to
spending
be
an
able to translate.
awful lot of time with Stamps.
Okay. Let me see. So this perspective could be it's 3 point. Let me see. 3-point perspective, bird's eye view. Let's try that. Let's see what this does. So you'll see I have this panel here on the side of my screen, which is called guides. And this lets you put in, if I move away from here so you can see it a bit better, it lets you put in perspective guides. Buffy's being a real pain this morning. She's trying to get in at the door. And you can draw along these guides and it will snap your brush to them. So I'm going to try and set them up in a way that makes sense with this image. So these are my 3 points. I can move them around. Okay, so this one is going to dictate how much the buildings kind of flare upwards as they come up. So, maybe like this much?
Can everyone see what India's doing okay? Like, is it clear enough?
If Swift makes crow noises, why doesn't Doig make bear noises? Oh no, Mike, why don't you make bear noises? What's up with that?
Might sometimes do. Bear mail. Because we don't have a bit for bear noises yet.
I'm starting to feel like I need another perspective point up at the top. Maybe, I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. And I have this side one, which will be, let's see, what will this be? Well, that one's pretty good for the tops of these buildings. Oh, it gets a little bit weird when it comes over here.
India.
Oh yeah?
Guess what?
What?
Guess what happens today?
Your monitor happens today.
My monitor happens
Mike's
today.
monitor is meant to be here.
Yeah.
Today.
It's in the delivery house.
So it's exciting. Like, I kind of feel like these should maybe be on the horizon line, and the horizon line is probably going to be like up here somewhere. I don't know, man. I don't know what the difference is with how close together I put them either. Like, that feels too extreme now when it gets down here. Maybe I do need like a 5-point to do like a fisheye type dealio. Luckily, you can add multiple perspective grids on storyboard, and it will save your previous ones without you needing to worry about it. So let's try a 5-point, and now you can see that this has changed to a 5-point perspective grid instead. Okay, so I mean, I'm really starting from 0 here, guys. I have no clue what I'm doing.
At what point? How do you summon the lifeline of Tib to help? Is there
I guess
some sort of...
Tib will interject, presumably when she gets sick of seeing me fail.
Yeah, the only way to learn something is to try and do it.
Yeah, look, it's kind of okay. Oh, it gets a bit weird when it gets out here. Maybe I just need it bigger though. I need a bigger circle. And move the circle out. Doesn't really feel right. But let's have a look at the sideways perspective. You know, if this is the center point and we use this line here, this is a pretty good center point. What?
There is something about the way that you say perspective that I really, really enjoy. So that smile you saw was me reacting to you saying the word.
I don't understand.
I think it's maybe because, like, in my head, it's got like a harsh E, like a perspective.
Maybe it's meant to be over here.
But you put like a little like curvy and like perspective.
Perspective. Maybe that's...
Like you put a V in it somewhere, maybe
Well, it does have a V in it.
at the end.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Perspective.
It's just really cute.
Thank you, sir.
How could I improve your hair shapes? Should I like track one shape
Is
and
this
have
one?
it do a sine wave whip motion as well, or
Let me make my brush a little bit smaller so that I can... Maybe I should try drawing something on it and see if it works. Okay, let's give it a go, guys. Let's see. Look, we got some buildings going on here. So my pen is being clipped to the perspective ruler guides right now. Feels like that should taper in more. It's not tapering in. This is maybe tapering in too much. Oh geez. Oh no. It's slightly different to... Wait, that doesn't look like it makes any sense with the other one. I'm very confused as to how this whole shebang works. I don't even know which guides to follow when drawing the buildings. I don't know which ones I'm meant to be drawing along. This one doesn't give me any good options for drawing. This is all wrong. Okay, so this needs to rotate around, I think. So it's like that. Okay, let's try that. I'll get these ones away.
Okay, so what you're kind of dealing with a little bit is
Are you talking to me?
yeah, like those from what I can see, those buildings
I don't know. I don't have any... I kind of need lines pointing this way, you see, for the top of it. And I kind of need this to taper upwards. So maybe 4 point is what I need, rather than 3 point or 5 point. I don't know.
well, let's review what the points mean. So the points in point perspective is vanishing points.
Yeah.
So in order to figure out in order to figure out the number of vanishing points, it's like the number of axes that things are tapering away out of view. Now, the strange thing that happens when you're pulled so far back out is that things that are even farther away from the camera start to flatten out.
Mm-hmm.
So they're no longer affected by some of the more local perspective. Like in those instances, that's why perspective stops being a straight line and it starts having curves, is because that's the way that we can represent that shift. Because that looks like it's a fairly... That could be a wider angle lens.
Right.
Tibbs is saying, currently I'm just intrigued by this tool, what this tool is, and why you picked this shot to study from.
It's a tool that helps you draw perspective lines by providing guides for you. And I picked this shot because I thought it would be hard to figure out, so I would learn stuff from it. Like currently I'm learning that I'm so noobish at this that I'm not even sure what I'm looking for. Which makes it very hard.
Yeah, so you need to kind of
Like I don't know what to do with the information I've been given.
Okay, here we go. Tibbs is saying, forget number of points. Number of points is garbage. There are 3 types of perspective. there's parallel projection, there's linear perspective, and there's curvilinear perspective. Let's dig into that, Tib.
Okay. Parallel projection, linear perspective, and curvilinear perspective. Hello, Ole. How are you doing? Good morning.
So what you're probably dealing here with this city shot is, I would guess, curvilinear perspective.
That sounds right.
Which I think is what a lot of people think of as fisheye, probably.
Okay, so I am on the right thing. I just don't have it set up right to be able to draw these buildings. Like the top of the buildings look like they're lining up okay with this. But that's after that I'm kind of stuck a little bit. You know?
Hey, Oli. That's how you pronounce your name, isn't it? I want to make it is Ole.
Animating a paper this morning. Ah, that sounds amazing. I feel like I need a line going down here, going across. I'm not sure how to get it. It's almost like the curve should be the other way around. Have I actually done the curve wrong? Do I need... this to be down? If you're working in linear perspective, which is often broken down to 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point, there's one simple rule. Edges that are at the same angle converge to a point infinitely far away. Okay.
So edges that are at the same angle would be like these two sides of a table. Would, in perspective, converge. If you extended them out, they would converge. The issue you might hit is that you might have one table that is like arranged like this, and if you put a second table here, and you rotated it slightly, the lines of that table wouldn't converge at the same point that the lines of this cube, this table would.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah. Yo, Adam, how's it going?
Hey there.
India's working on perspective and trying to learn it a bit more. And Tib is good at his perspective, so Tib is explaining.
Okay.
And I'm just animating this little pixel thing of Swift pulling me along.
Oh. Well, I don't know if I'm a typical case, Alan Alice. Like, I've always had trouble with perspective, but I'm not sure, like, other animators might be very good at it. It is only I who have this bigger problem with it. Mainly because I've never been taught it ever with art fundamentals or anything. So I have like no basis to work from whatsoever other than just what my eyeballs see.
You've kind of been taught it a couple of times, but I don't think you use it enough for it to stick in your brain.
Yeah, I've been taught it in terms of something like this, where I've been on stream and people have told me
this format,
how it works. But I haven't done anything more than just one-off sessions trying to learn it. I don't quite know why they overlooked this in school. Maybe they assumed people already knew? I don't know. But the only experience I really have with perspective is the sessions that I've done on anime mornings and the things I see with my eyes and how I've kind of reasoned that they work with my brain.
I watched a couple of videos that helped me sort of understand it better. There's the BAM animation one.
That seems real good.
And then there's the one that Feng Zhu did. But he was talking about different camera lenses at the same time. It helped me a bit.
That sounds good. This seems to be going a little better than it was. Look, I got... Things are kind of almost lining up. It's not 100%, but it's something.
Hundo, huh?
Yeah, let's see if we can put out a bit of this city. Oh, I've got no crosses for this.
Amelia, hello. Also, if you're dropping by, I know the title of the stream says Anna Morning Dance. I had to pull an all-nighter, and so yesterday I didn't have enough time to compile everyone's stuff into one video, but I'll be doing that later today, and we'll do Anna Morning Challenge stuff tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
It's been a bit of a week of it.
It's been a very crazy week. Unfortunately. Things get a little bit dodgy as I get closer to the center line. So I've kind of, when I'm at the center line, I don't really have the guides I need to show the sides of things, that all the lines converge too closely.
Oli says, do you need to do a background from this view, Swift? If only for practice, I wouldn't choose such a bird's eye view.
Oh, how come? Is it too difficult, do you think? Like,
or is it that it's too flat, or? I think you guys telling Indio, like, your reasoning for, like, I don't think this one is an effective way of showing or like composition will help a lot.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what the reasons are. I don't have enough of a grasp to it to know what is a good thing to choose and what is a bad thing to choose. I just thought it looked kind of challenging.
I think it is challenging, but they're saying it's also very flat and subtle.
Oh, okay. I wonder if that's going to be a problem, because I've chosen a lot of very high shots. So I wonder if that will... Because I'm high up, as you say, the perspective will flatten out. So I wonder if that will be a problem all the way through. Let's see. I feel like I got it a little bit better, though. Like, look at this, guys. I'm drawing some lines and stuff.
You are drawing some lines and stuff.
It's kind of almost, it's not quite, but that's partially because the buildings are a bit tilted as well.
Yeah, so I remember way back, Tib explained that sort of rotating things on a certain axis moves the points that they're tapering towards, almost like around a circumference. I'm not explaining this very well, but
the thing I remember is Tib saying that just because you're using perspective doesn't mean everything will line up, because some things will be built on an angle or on a on a rotation that changes the perspective lines that it will use. So on things like cities, you can get a very uniform perspective, but you're not always going to be able to line up every single building because some buildings are going to be built.
They're not all perpendicular.
Yeah.
So when they're off the 90-degree angle with one another, their vanishing point, like, say you have a square here and it's tapering over to like a point here. If you rotate the box, then there's like if the vanishing point's here, vanishing point. Yeah, this is a really bad drawing.
I'm glad you say this is a 3-point perspective. Maybe I don't even need to be using 5 points. And Tib says, if you didn't have any accurate drawing in a perspective in a drawing at this angle, no one would likely notice. Gotcha. Let's see. Let me try a different one then. How about this? This is closer in, so the perspective lines are kind of more obvious.
Yeah, they each Tib says this image is curvilinear perspective because it's real life. Okay.
Okay.
So does that mean projection and what was the other one? Linear perspective? Or like inventions by us? Is it not that like linear perspective and what was the three that you said?
Curvilinear perspective, linear perspective, and
parallel projection. I think tell me if I'm wrong about this one, but I think linear perspective is like can happen when you zoom into and crop an image. Inside that framing is like a demonstration of linear perspective, but if you like zoomed out from that and went to like someone's actual view, then they're seeing the world in curvilinear. A camera lens is always seeing it in curvilinear, but it's zooming into and cropping a certain part of it that creates those linear perspectives. I don't know. That might be completely wrong.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out if anyone in chat knows. I'm just trying to figure out what this one would be. Needs to be a little bit more extreme. Which means this needs to be a little bit closer.
Do you feel like you can say why you're learning this?
Well, aside just the fact that I think it will really help me in general to like do better animations, better boards, more interesting illustrations. I can say a little bit about it if you want.
Yeah, I think given this context it would be interesting.
Okay. I recently got a storyboarding job that is kind of like a dream job. It's really, really exciting, and I'm extremely stoked to get to work on it. And the sequence would involve perspectives such as this. High up shots over a city. And I'm feeling the limitations of not being able to like really draw these kind of angles in my boards. Because I want to show, I want to show epic scale and make it feel convincing. But it's difficult for me to lay down grids
if you don't
in
understand
my
what
boards. Yeah, if I don't understand the perspective that I'm working to.
Yeah.
So a little bit of study, I think, will go a long way to, number one, make me less afraid to try it, And number 2, just making my my shots more interesting and convincing. I wish I could tell you guys more about it, but I can without breaching my contract, so... And I do not want to do that.
Nope, nope, nope.
Nope, 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 nope.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Tib says, so anything that is real is technically curvilinear, but the farther you zoom in, the more it can be simplified. See what I said? You zoom in and crop, you get the zoom more simple. Yeah, I did it.
Tell me again, in layman's terms,
Okay,
what you guys just said.
I'm going to read more. So, when we are looking in one direction, we perceive lines as being straight, which would be linear perspective. If we crop in further or use a telephoto lens, you often lose all perspective and lines appear parallel. But zoom out or turn your head and the straight lines will curve. All lines in the real world, even if subtle, do curve because they are viewed from a single point, which is your face.
My face.
Hara, thanks for lurking. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, that Nda life.
It doesn't quite line up.
If that makes sense to me, what of that makes sense to you?
To me.
Yeah.
So, the more you zoom out, the wider your perspective. No, wait, the more you zoom in, the wider your perspective.
The more you zoom in, the more linear the lines will look.
Linear. What does that mean?
Straight line, straight.
Okay, gotcha. And the more you zoom out, the more curved.
They can become.
Right. But also the flatter?
No. That's more zoom in is flatter.
More zoomed in is flatter.
So say you were looking at a city.
Well, yeah, because I'm looking at one now, and I'm thinking that if I'm looking at a building here, the perspective is more extreme than if I was further out.
Yeah.
So to me, it seems like the further in you are, the less flat.
Yeah, the closer something is to you, the more warped in perspective it's going to be, because the more of it is both in view and going out of view. Whereas something further away, all of it is contained within a narrow band of your view.
Okay. Right. Gotcha. I think I understand that.
David, you just get out of here with your flat earther theories.
Hey David, how you feeling? David was crunching with us over the last couple of days. So we're all pooped. Picture a circle. If you zoom on the edge of a circle, it starts to look more like a straight line. That makes sense, Tib. Thank you. Yeah, okay, I get that. Okay, so I've still not got this perfect, but I feel like this is slightly better than the other one. You know? Things are kind of lining up.
Al and Alice is like, you just literally explained the reason why flat earthers aren't able to understand how a round earth can have straight edges.
Perspective. You would choose a couple of buildings here and draw them as boxes. Draw the line further until you reach the end point. That's where the horizon is, or the bottom point, since this is a 3-point perspective. Okay. I can do that. Mainly because I'm leaning on the tools very heavily. But I could still do that. You can see here I haven't got it completely right because the bottom isn't lining up with what I have. Oh dear.
What have we been crunching on?
It's a Knights project. We can't say any details about it. much as we would love to. Yeah, it's a very cool project, and we wanna do well, and we want the clients to like it. And it was the last bit of it the other day. There are still a few fixes we'd like to do, but the main bulk of the work is completed.
Where did my timeline? Oh, I tabbed. Okay, cool.
Look, guys, it's a city. City of boxes.
Lady Amy is giving us the eyes. I think we can say it's not a particular project that we're crunching on.
Oh, I can say it's not Mystic Crystal.
Yeah.
That's what I could tell you. It's not that. That is a little way off being finished yet. You don't think these tools are very good for analysis? I mean, part of the problem, I don't know, because I should work with tools that are the best for learning, probably. But also, these are the tools that I'm going to have to work with on the project. So learning how to use these and getting familiar with them is also something that will probably help me out.
Yeah, the thing about what you've got there is that they're very set. They're set systems, so you almost have to know what the system you're building is before you start building it, which isn't good for figuring it out as you go.
That's something I am finding, yeah. Like it's almost like the best thing to do is to do a sketch first of the kind of thing I want. Yeah. And then to lay the perspective grids over and actually figure out what kind of grid I'd need. Like, I can't see picking the grid first being helpful to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not 100% sure what kind of grid I'd need, you know? But yeah, look, it's taking shape, kind of. I didn't line it up very well with the bottom. Let me see why that is. So here it doesn't line up very well. Why is that? I wonder if I just put perspective, the horizon line too low or something. If I move this up. Would that? Nope. Would that help? No. Right here. See how this affects things. They seem fine for construction, but deconstructing something seems tricky. What do you guys think? Do you think I should continue in this because these are the tools I'm going to have to use for the project that I'm doing? So I should get familiar with using them. Or do you think I should hop into a different project that's better for deconstruction?
I think if you're studying from images, then, as Tib says, you're deconstructing, so you should use a good deconstruction tool.
Okay.
But if you're like, you could pick a perspective and then try and make an interesting composition with it, with the tools that you have, and invent, and then figure out what you can do with the different what the different things are. Like you did a study from a particular frame of something, and you figured out that it was 2 point.
Yes.
Because it had a vanishing point below and also in Z depth of the image. So you could just mess around with trying out your own.
I mean, that was deconstruction as well, wasn't it, though?
Yeah.
That was cool, though. I felt accomplished when I was like, that's this perspective, and you were like, yes, India! And I was like, ah! I grow more powerful.
You done did growed.
I done did growed, guys. Learning every day. So this is cool. Let's see. Tip, if you made a nice ebook on your thoughts and perspective, Angie, how do I get more time? I'm sorry, I can't tell you how to do that. I wish I knew, Tib. I really do. But I would love that if you would make a book. You think I should get rid of the tools for the initial deconstruction and then bring the tools in for the parts you've learned to use them effectively. Okay. Have we done any particle stuff yet? A little bit. We haven't had as much time as we were hoping to put into looking through them. But yeah, we have looked at it a little bit. Okay. So this will be a bad one to do. And it's curvilinear perspective again. Look, see how I'm learning. See how I am learning. And that's 5-point perspective. I know that much, right? That's definitely 5-point. That would probably be an easier one to do just because it's so extreme. Like, I can see that the horizon line is like here. I should make my tool a bit thicker so you guys can see easier. I can see that the horizon line is about there, and I can see that this is going to be like the center of the circle. So that one would almost be an easier one to do because it's so obvious. This looks a bit more flat on. What?
It just sounds like an insult. Hey, you look a bit more flat on.
Let's see if I can figure out what this is. So this could be, it's not 2-point, is it? It's very flat. Let's see.
Alan Alice says, question about learning.
Yeah.
As I'm learning more about the way I learn, sorry, I'm just like, as it's just a sentence made me laugh. As you're learning more about the way you learn, I operate, I find that I need to have a project to learn from, but it has to be something that I can't take too seriously, like a joke or something that I wouldn't want to show off. I'm wondering, how do you transition yourself into learning the idea proper? I'll ask about this because I know I'm a bit bad about doing actual guided studies, where not just doing something for the sake of the current project. I think I'm following you.
Yeah, to be honest, a lot of the things we learn too, we learn because of projects. Like, the reason I'm like finally trying to figure this stuff out is because I have a project on that would benefit from it. So a lot of the stuff that we use and learn is because of the projects that we're on. I think the only difference is that those projects that we do, we tend to do projects that we want to show off at the end. So there's like that added pressure to really get it right and figure it out.
The pressure to get it done right can hinder some people.
Yeah. For us, I find it a motivator. But I can't say that it would be the same for you because, like you said, everyone has their own way of learning things.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely find it helps to have a project that you're using it for. And to try and do that thing well, I think means that you end up learning it better, I guess. But taking on more and more ambitious projects keeps us learning stuff and trying to improve. I mean,
Like, I think having a motivation that is external to the task itself can be really useful in terms of like giving yourself the motivation to follow through and apply what you've learned to make something. Like, if you are, let's say you're learning to cook a meal, but you're learning to cook a meal because you're doing it for someone that you care about and you want to make them a really nice meal. Like, that's more motivation to follow through and learn how to cook the meal than...
It can be more fun to just play around with ingredients though.
Yeah. But then there's the added pressure of like, oh, will they like what I've cooked? And that can like, there's a balancing act there. I think
having fun and messing around in the kitchen first, where you're not under the pressure of making it for someone else, can build the confidence you need to then take on the additional challenge of showcasing your skills.
Yeah, it might be a good call to do that first.
Because there's almost two aspects to craft. There's practice and performance. So you practice in rehearsals in your own time before you're ready to perform.
There has to be an aspect of play about it.
Okay, play, practice, and performance then.
Yeah, because I think if there isn't, you run the risk of everything being 100% high pressure all the time.
Yeah.
Which can just be very stressful. Like, can just be a big old factor of stress.
I think that's a good way. That's a good way to put it. Is like having that, allowing yourself to have that fun and play is really important to being engaged with the thing that you're trying to do. I think that's why people often get stuck in the mindset of like, oh, I've got to make a portfolio, and then it becomes even more difficult to make stuff. And I think a portfolio really is just an assembly of the better things you've done over your creative time. So rather than making pieces particularly for your portfolio, if you just keep making just stuff that you want to be making, and every so often pick the things that you most enjoy doing, then over time you'll refine that collection of pieces into something that demonstrates your strengths, your creative strengths, your creativity, and your voice.
I have to tilt this line a little bit, I think, in order to get the horizontals to be the way I think they should be. They're still not 100% the way I think they should be, but they're closer. Oh no, maybe it is 3-point perspective. Oh no! I spent all this time. I think this 3-point perspective is just very subtle in this one. So if I use this, I can get this about the right place again. And then there was this. This is the thing. Because these tilt very subtly. Hey, I'm like, good morning. We haven't yet. We didn't really have time to do it, so it's going to be tomorrow, I'm afraid. I'm sorry for the wait there. The ground likely isn't perfectly flat. Are you saying it should be 4-point perspective? This looks like it's lining up a bit better. Okay. Okay, I can work with this. Just checking all the other lines. Okay, I think we got something we can work with. Let's give it a try. Let's give it the old college try.
The old college try.
The old college try. And see. Oh, well, you guys, how do you find it easiest to learn new skills? Alan, Alice, when it comes to portfolios, you have genuinely no idea what to do for your own portfolio, but you don't think you're quite there yet in terms of skill level. You have a lot of trappings of a novice. You also make a lot of work that you would never want to show to most companies or studios. Whenever I do try to make stuff for portfolios, usually it looks without passion or very scatterbrained. I guess that's a problem that a lot of people have, so you're definitely not alone there. The thing that I find works the best is to just make the kind of stuff you want to get hired for, rather than worrying about what you think companies want to see and what you think should be in a portfolio. Think about what kind of work you want to do when you get hired, and then make that, like, do the job before you have the job.
Yeah.
So, as an example, someone was asking about what they should do if they wanted to work on something like Castlevania, and the answer would be to make some shots like the kind you see in Castlevania. Do some cool fight scenes, animate with some sophisticated character designs, make sure you're animating things showing competency and perspective and such.
Yeah.
But if you want to animate for, say, kids' TV and that's your dream, then animate child-friendly characters, lots of bounce, lots of appeal. Do the kind of things that you want to get hired for, because the difficulty is if you do things that you think are just going to get you hired by studios because that's what they want to see, you run the risk of getting hired for something that you're not passionate about, and then having to do that for a long time.
I remember being in university, and like there's almost like a checklist type scenario for animation. There's almost like a checklist where it's like, can you demonstrate a walk cycle? Can you
do lip sync?
Can you, like, there's those, and it's just sort of like, no, stop. Those are technical exercises.
Yeah, that general checklist is a good thing to know how to do.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily for your portfolio. Like, everyone who works in animation is very specific, and there are so many different types of animation that are extremely specific, and having one like this is what should be in your portfolio for everyone doesn't make any sense.
Well, that recipe, that checklist, that's not the one for your portfolio. That's just one for just practice
stuff to make sure you should do.
Yeah. But like a thing for your portfolio would be an emotional beat demonstrated by a character acting and talking and moving in a scene.
If that's the kind of thing that you want to do, for sure. So our advice is to do a project that you are genuinely passionate about, that you want people to see.
Yeah.
Because if you're not proud of your work, then it's definitely difficult to show it. But always strive to make things that you're proud of. Like, why would you feel uncomfortable showing people the stuff that you do in your spare time? Like, if that's the kind of stuff you enjoy making, then I'm sure there'll be an audience for it. Let's see, Tiff says, if the horizon is raised or lowered, you have vertical perspective. If you can see 2 vertical faces of a building, you'll need at least 2 horizontal vanishing points. Okay.
Yeah, if you think of a cube and you got that one and that one, then you got it.
Do I? If the horizon is raised or lowered, you'll have vertical perspective.
Okay, so break down that
Okay.
first sentence.
Okay.
Why would your horizon
If
be
you're above
raised
or
or
below
lowered?
something. No?
If you are above looking at something below, probably, or if you
Or if
are
you're above,
below and looking at something above. I think you'd only be below if you were looking at below.
Yeah.
above,
That's what I was going to say. Okay, if you can see 2 faces of a building, you'll need at least 2 horizontal vanishing points. So that's 2-point perspective. Is if you can see the left side and the right side, you'll need 2 vanishing points. Every building that's facing a slightly different direction will face different vanishing points on the horizon. We know that all points on the horizon because none of these buildings are leaning. In the same way, we know there will be only 1 vertical vanishing point.
I got another thing I thought of based on what you were saying there about portfolios.
There will be only 1 vertical vanishing point because we can't see more than 1 face. of the vertical. Is that right? Like we can see two faces of the building horizontally. There will be two horizontal vanishing points, but since we can't see two faces of the building vertically, there's only one. That doesn't sound right. I think I'm...
Okay, let's see. We know they're all points on the horizon because none of these buildings are leaning.
Mhm.
So what assumes by that is like
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
all your buildings are like this.
Mhm.
So they're vertical lines. If you were to put the form of it into a box, because you can have buildings that aren't boxes, but the axis in which all of the forms are resting are vertical.
Yeah.
So they're all point up. If they were leaning, then rather than being, if this is your vanishing point here,
Mhm.
if it was leaning, that vanishing point would do this.
Okay, yeah, I see. I getcha.
I think Tibbs explained it a while back, but when you're thinking about vanishing points, it helped me to think of them mapped to a sphere.
Right.
So, like, if you've got this and then there's a horizon line that you can perceive, it's a flat line, what you're actually seeing is the circumference of a really big circle. And if the vanishing point is here, and as that turns, the vanishing point moves along the circle. As objects rotate, that's one axis, which is like that horizontal one. So if you're drawing something and everything's perpendicular, then they're all pointing at that same point.
Why a circle?
Hmm?
I mean,
Why
I can
a
very much
circle?
see that if you rotate something, then the axis it's rotating on is changing. Like I can see that if you have a building and you're looking at what it's tapering away to, and you rotate, like you move the building, that's going to be different. But
Mhm.
why on a circle? Why not a sphere? Like,
Oh, it is a sphere, but like you're perceiving the circle, like the one axis. If you went all the way around the sphere, it would be a circle.
okay, I think I understand.
So for that one particular,
You're thinking about it basically as if you're rotating something in Maya with
kind
the
of,
controls that you would have in Maya, which are circles,
kind of,
but
yeah.
denote different aspects of an invisible sphere.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if my explanation has actually confused you more.
It's okay. I don't think I am more confused. Let's see. Alan Alice says, I'm going to be honest here, part of the play that we talked about a minute ago, I usually like to learn new things by practicing, say, nude art. I find that people are less judgmental in that realm, and typically more positive. Ultimate goal would be to do a Game Grumps animated Planet Dolan and some game animation. Well, you should totally do that. I mean, and also, nude art is very important for learning. It's nothing you should be ashamed of, and in fact, it's something that you should probably have in your portfolio. Life drawing is an important part of learning to both animate and draw anatomy. And anyone who is an artist would definitely not laugh at you for doing it. Like, only people who aren't artists don't really understand why artists practice drawing nude art. But anyone who is knows, you know, it's kind of hammered into us, or it was to me in college. Like, do life drawing. Life drawing is an amazing way to learn, and it's a great thing to have in your portfolio. Yeah. And if you want to do a Game Grumps animated, you should go for it. Just do it, because they accept Game Grumps animated from artists of all walks of life and all skill levels.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd say you could go for that right now. If you had a clip in mind that you wanted to do, you could shoot Vernon an email or whoever manages them at the minute, and say, hey, I want to do this.
Yeah, just in extension to what we were saying before about portfolios, I think I know I fell into this mindset, which was that like you see the kinds of things that companies make, and sometimes you can get into the mindset of, I will be able to make the kinds of things that those companies make when I get to the company. Yeah. Almost like getting to the company is the permission you need to make those things. Now I know that it's difficult to make anything to scale as an individual, but you don't need, especially now, with free software and tools available now that allow you to make, like, you can use the software that those companies are making in your home now, most of 9 times out of 10. Yeah, you don't need to be at the company to make the kind of work that the company makes.
No, in fact, the
anymore.
company will be more interested in you if you were already making that stuff.
But I think I had that mindset when I was younger. It was like, I need to get hired by a company to make the work that the kind of work that that company makes, and it can be a stumbling block because then you're like, okay, I need to get good enough that that company notices like sees my potential and like wants to hire me to then learn how to make that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not saying that you should be able to already do it like that. There's an element of that where they're like, they can see you got your rough around the edges, but they can see that you want to make the kind of things that they want to make. I'm talking myself around in circles a little bit.
I was just laughing because Elaine says I just tried to pour my coffee into my cereal. Elaine, no!
But yeah, I think it just comes down to make the kind of things you want to be making.
I mean, Mike has this metaphor that he was talking about on a previous Doig and Swift morning stream.
What's that?
About infinitely sharpening your sword.
Oh yeah.
And I think you want to be careful about that. You know, if you're in the mindset of we need to do 1 second gifts first, then try longer gifts. Like, you will make 1 second gifts in the process of making longer gifts, so why not just go for the longer ones straight away? A lot of people get frozen because they don't feel like they have the skill level needed to immediately tackle what they want, but they don't realize that in trying to tackle those things immediately, they will then, through doing that, gain the skills they needed to do it in the first place. Whereas if you never attempt it because you don't think you're quite there yet, you might never learn the skills that you need through trying. Like, put it this way, and this is like a broken metaphor because I'm not Mike. I don't make metaphors for a living. But
neither do I.
But it's like learning to ride a bike by only ever looking at the bike, watching other people ride them and being like, okay, so that's how I'll do it. And then I'll get on the bike and be able to do it first time.
Alright,
and
yeah.
never getting on the bike until you feel like you're absolutely ready and know how to do it. Like, it's a lot of build-up for something that you might still wobble around with at first. A far faster way to learn is just to get on the bike and try it,
Yeah.
and then fall off a couple of times, and then you'll be riding it like no one's business. But trying to spend a lot of time studying how to do the bike without touching it,
Mhm.
and then expecting to be able to do it first time when you get on there is potentially a recipe for frustration.
Yeah.
Is there anything inherently wrong with putting coffee in your cereal? I don't think so. Alright, I'm gonna grab some more images for us to do, or maybe I'll just try and do one, huh? Maybe I'll just try and do one, guys. Okay, let's say I have a horizon line here. I want to tilt it. Let's make it tilted. Why not? Let's do something fun. Tilt that horizon line. What about when you want to do like a really warped perspective? Like when you want to have a curved horizon line. You know, what if I wanted that kind of thing, like a sweep? Then what would I do? Let's do a straight one first, and then I'll get to that. Okay, this is my horizon line. And I want to be going through buildings towards it, I guess. Is what I'm thinking. So I'd see kind of the top of buildings, because we would be above them. But I also want buildings to be like very small and far away. So I guess it would be like... This is, by the way, this is absolutely me getting onto the bike and crashing a bunch of times. Like, I'm just going for it.
Yeah.
And I'll probably draw a lot of things that are wrong. But that's why what you were saying about wanting to do some fun projects that didn't have a lot of pressure attached is probably like another good way to learn. That's exactly what I'm doing here. It's okay for me to crash and burn in this scenario. Like, I'm surrounded by a bunch of friends who like know this stuff better than I do. And I'm just going to give it a shot and see if I can create something. And then if I can't, I'll figure out where I went wrong. And that will give me the tools I need to do it better next time.
Yeah.
So you set basic point for your horizon on the buildings. Otherwise, the horizon line isn't used. Okay, so you mean like... Oh, I see. If the horizon line's there, then... Yeah, you're right. See, I immediately face planted. Then the horizon line would have to be like up here somewhere, right? Continuing these lines on.
Whip, and then bear. Now I know what these layers are now. Good to name your layers. And then, okay, cool. And then I'm on smokes.
That metaphor sucked. I'm sorry, Alan Ellis. I tried. You're trying to be simple and being more ambitious with each attempt. I think it would be fun for you though to try just being ambitious straight off the bat.
I think
at one point.
I think they said, I would try to do ride bike with training wheels. I'll know which bike I'd like to ride. Lol. And
oh, I see.
I think that I don't think they were commenting on your metaphor.
Well, my metaphor wasn't great.
Tibbs says, India.
Yeah.
If you'd like me to try to illustrate any ideas you aren't sure about, I would absolutely love to do that.
Really?
And it might be a bit easier than trying to explain with words alone.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think you're a visual learner.
I am, yeah.
A practical and visual learner, yeah.
I think so as well. I think that would be easier for me. Yeah, I mean, one of the problems at the minute is I don't really know what I don't know. So it's difficult for me to choose something in particular for you to explain beyond just this perspective thing, huh? What's with that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, as someone who knows a bit more about perspective, you can probably see the many pitfalls that I'm stumbling into as I'm trying to do this. But what do you think would be the most useful for me to start off with? What should I do first? Okay, so my horizon line is actually like here instead. I was wrong. So let's shift that down a little bit. So say this is the city below. We're going towards the horizon line here. She's just beyond these buildings. Didn't Richard Williams have some info and perspective in his book? Maybe. I should check that out again then.
Ah! He's not gonna get away with this!
Palbro!
Palbro!
Hello! Welcome! Thank you for the raid, my dude.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Palbro and friends.
Yes, hey guys, how was the stream?
Welcome to the Animation Breakfast Club. If you've not been here before, I'm Doig.
I'm Swift.
And we're a couple of animators, mostly.
Yeah,
Indy's an animator, I'm a colorist. We predominantly work in music video creations and stuff. How are you all doing? How was your stream, Palbro? What have you been up to?
Yeah, I'll have another look at the Richard Williams book. I can't remember the perspective thing in there, but I will find it. I'll find it. Aw, you were all being wholesome while you animated, pal bro. That's awesome. Hey, Samrania. Hey, 7th Chords. Hey, Urka. I also hope that this practice gives me newfound perspective. Night night, Annalise. Thank you for coming and hanging out.
You might be right there, Emlet.
What's
Wouldn't those
that
puffs
now?
of smoke go by faster? Yeah, I think you might be right. Like if she's traveling forward. Yeah,
I'll have a look anyway, Ola.
yeah, you're
And
right.
just see. Because if there's anything in there that's useful, then that'd be great. I mean, beyond the incredibly useful animation knowledge in there, I mean.
So I'm making a outro screen for our Sonic Adventure Let's Play, and this is Swift the bird pulling me the bear. But yeah, I think maybe you're right, Emma. I should go bigger with the smoke and really like have it like start here and then rush past and out of view.
So this is 1 point perspective I'm doing right now, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. But that's okay. I'm still doing some perspective. Let's have a look.
Smoke would be a constant burst from each step, you think? Yeah, the smoke shape I've got here isn't the whole shape. I was just trying to map where like one would like spring out from and yeah, set 2 course lines. Okay, you're talking about the other
The
thing.
closer the more extreme perspective is. Okay. Well, in that case, let's try 2 point perspective next.
Just Jackie, we actually we didn't put together. We didn't have time yesterday due to working on a deadline to put it together, so we figured we would do it tomorrow. But we didn't know that before I set up the stream title and everything. So if you come over for the Anna Morning Challenge, that's awesome. But we'll be doing that tomorrow. Sorry.
Yeah, very sorry for the delay.
But we got some really, really, really fun submissions.
Yeah, we sure did.
You can change the stream title anytime midstream. I'll do that then.
Drawing in perspective. Making lots of buildings.
Will we also announce the new challenge tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I want to choose something that's going to be really fun for you guys. I'll choose something that is a little bit shorter as well this week. Just because if we're only going to be announcing it tomorrow, it feels a bit unfair to make it something very large.
Hey, look at you go. I can see your screen again.
Look, I'm doing the thing.
You're doing the thing.
I am.
Whoa.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look, these are buildings in the distance. I'm not going to draw all of them because we get the point. Like, once I've kind of started drawing a couple, we're like, okay, I understand where the buildings are going. I do also need to work out, like, how would I make them smaller convincingly in the distance? I can just eyeball it for now. But it would be nice to figure out how much smaller they would get convincingly.
They get a lot smaller than you would think.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if I want to show distance, then, you know. But look, guys, I did a cool curved perspective thing with the city. Look, I know it's only 1 point, and I know that probably you guys would find it very easy, but I'm really proud because this is more than I usually do in terms of perspective.
I think you overestimate the arrogance of our audience.
I wasn't saying they were arrogant. I was
Perspective is easy.
I wasn't saying that. That's like the worst take. I was just saying that I feel a little foolish being so happy with something that is so simple.
Don't be foolish.
I'm trying not to be.
Don't be foolish. Don't feel foolish is what I mean, but don't be foolish.
All right, I won't. I guess. Thank you guys. Aw, you're so supportive. Oh yes, please, Tibbs. That would be great. I know I have some resources as well that you've sent me in the past, but nothing for me beats practicing things practically in terms of me actually having a pen in my hand and trying to do it. All the study in the world can't help me unless I try it myself.
So glad that grump emote works.
Perspective is easy. Shut up.
I didn't say that though.
Oh no, I think they're just playing along. Like they're being the audience you were saying.
Oh,
they.
okay. I see, I gotcha.
How would I do like a curved perspective, guys?
Well,
Here are my 2 points. How am I gonna do it? Okay, let's draw some lines. How would I make it curved, guys? What if I want to do something curved? Then what? I got me lines! I guess. And just stop what I was doing. I got cocky. I don't know. I got overconfident. Let me sketch something first, and then we'll figure out how to perspective it.
she learns one thing. It's like you've got your water wings on. You've just made it across the paddling pool, and you're like, all right, gonna go surfing now.
Okay, what if I was like, whoa, and I wanted to do a low angle, huh? Something a little different, huh? Yeah. This is them. You can't just curve the horizon like that. No. Oh, I can do whatever I want.
Oh no, you're
Try and
creating a
stop
monster.
me. You can't stop me. I have the power of 1 point perspective now.
What have you done?
And then I want distant buildings.
She's unleashed. We've been keeping her down all this time. Keeping her in only the flat 2 dimensions.
The world is flat, no curve of the earth. We'll see. What if everything's curved?
Everything is curved.
What if everything was curved, though?
Oh, here she goes. The music's kicking in.
Ah!
This is our hero moment.
Oh shit. I did something odd.
Your mom is curved.
How could you? She is. She's lovely.
Your mom is lovely.
She is.
Yeah.
No, I want it to be more angled. More angled. More perspective. Infinite perspective.
Oh man.
Okay guys, I got layers. I got buildings. Let's make this a thing. What is this? How do I do this now? I can see 2 faces of buildings. So I know that it's got to be at least 2 points of perspective. This is also curvilinear perspective because I am curving things slightly.
I am just messing around now.
Will we get doodling with my mom? Maybe. See if she's interested. She probably won't be. But, you know, we can but try.
Should get your dad on here.
Oh no, we shouldn't. I mean, I love my dad and I'm sure he would be hilarious, but I think he has like 0 understanding of
That's not true. He says he watches the Twitch sometimes.
well, he
Hey
says
Phil.
he says sometimes he catches the videos we upload onto our Patreon is what he says.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't think he quite understands the difference between YouTube and Twitch. But I would love to have him on here. He's a lovely fellow. You guys would really like him. He knows about perspective. It's just hard for my parents to teach me anything because I'm salty and unbridled.
Hey, do you like learning about art and animation? You should check out our Patreon where we teach you about art and animation. It's really cool and free and full of information and jokes.
I'm doing a 3-point now. Okay, yeah. Because...
I love you, David.
Thank you, David. Because we're tapering up like this. That's 1 point. And then we're going across like this. That's 2 point. And then we're going across like this. That's 3 point. 3 points. 3 points. 3 points. 3 points.
Are you playing basketball over there? Just going for a 3-pointer. Oh!
3 point triple buildings.
Triple building.
Triple buildings. Okay, let's try. Let's try with this broken sketch, which knows no perspective. We will try and rein it into something that is.
It knows no bounds.
Yeah,
it has no fear.
It must be brought onto real world rules. Let's try.
I don't even know what this smoke's doing anymore. It's just going.
3 points. Okay. The one is down here. Oh no, actually it's gonna be up because everything's tapering towards it.
Tapering towards what?
The vanishing point.
There we go.
And then
Oh, San. Thank you. Aw. You were cool.
Aw, Sanrania, thank you. This building is a problem up here. It doesn't.
Sort it out.
I can't. I don't know whether to use the bottom building as the perspective or the top building.
Show it the door.
No, this is it. I've done it.
You've done. How could you not move at all and have done it? I can't. This is amazing because I can't see anything of what you're doing. So all of my clues of what you're doing are audio.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. No, look, because this is amazing. Because this is
Oli, I'm doing like bursts, and then I'm gonna add more bursts, and then follow them along so that there'll be constant smoke. But this is just sort of like so I can see it.
And then this
what program am I using? Sprite. ASEPRITE. Version 1.2.18 x64. Quick Doig, what song is this? It is called Epic Panorama 1 by August Wilhelmsen.
It's the perfect soundtrack for my buildings.
What, your epic panorama?
Wait, where does this line taper to? Oh shit. Oh no, guys. Screwed it up already. Let's just ignore it for now. We'll just ignore it for now. Wait. I need a flat line to go across the top of this. Oh no, guys, I need a flat line. I don't have one. What am I gonna do? Okay, well let's draw what it would be like with this perspective. And then we'll fix or change it afterwards. We'll do one version now and a second version afterwards. So apparently this is what would happen. I don't even... I don't know what I'm drawing, guys. That. And then that. And then that, I think. That's a crazy looking building. That doesn't look right. What And what happens here? Like, what? How does?
Jackie, this you're witnessing how India learned how to animate. This was it. This was the process.
What the hoo-ha is going on here? What's the big idea?
You sound like your dad.
What's the big idea?
Okay, let's see what you got going on.
Help!
Wait.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Behold!
What? That is.
Mmm. Yeah. This is not.
In India, what is happening?
Oh no, Mike! I drew a sketch and I tried to align 3-point perspective to it, and okay, let's just. This is my initial sketch.
How are you able to use
Okay.
tools to? Okay, where's your? I can't see your vanishing point.
It's up here. So here's one.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Okay. Here's your issue.
There.
So because your two horizon points are like at a Dutch angle,
Yeah.
your buildings need to go up in perpendicular to that horizon line,
What does perpendicular mean?
90 degrees.
Mhm.
So that's why I think it's looking a bit cray, is that you're trying to have your buildings taper up to a. You're making your buildings lean in this.
No.
Yes. This is an art attack.
What if I did that?
Oh, good night. In betweens, I have an interview in a few hours, so it's off. Yes, you should have slept way more than a few hours if you have an interview.
Yeah, good luck with it.
Gosh darn it, banned.
I hope it goes super well. Let us know how it goes and good luck. Got this.
Please don't sabotage your futures because you're watching our stream. I'll ban you forever.
You will as well. Don't test him.
Or kick you. I meant kick you. I didn't mean ban you forever.
He did. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, so if you're looking Doig just likes the ban. If you're looking up at your buildings like you're doing, I think Oli's right in saying that your horizon line should be low and out of the frame.
Oh, okay. Okay, the horizon line should be low if I'm looking up at buildings like this. That makes sense. That makes sense. And this is my horizon line, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it represents.
Yeah.
Okay, let me move it. Okay. Okay, move down. The horizon line's like here now. Which means these need to be like a little bit further across.
Look how much more that makes sense.
Well,
Wait, can you see how much more it makes sense?
Yeah, sure. I can't resolve these two buildings together. They refuse. That's gonna have to be that. Okay, guys, we're doing it for real this time.
Je refuse.
Je refuse.
Perspective. A collective of perspectives on perspective by Tib.
Nice, Tib. I love it.
That's David wrote that, but perspective is.
Oh, I like it a
for,
lot.
For years.
I think that's real good. I think you should use that tip.
Perspective. A collective of perspectives on perspective by Tib. It
just rolls off the tongue.
It falls out of my mouth.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. This looks right. Right?
My smoke doesn't, but it's okay because it can be broken and then it can be fixed. I'm gonna throw a green in there. Maybe I could create one smoke thing and then just have that loop. That might have been easier. Just have it loop several times. Brrr.
There we go. Is this correct? This correct? Looks slightly more correct, right? Yeah, that looks slightly more correct, right? Something? Yeah? I lost all my curves though. Okay, I want to curve the horizon line this time. You guys can't stop me. So don't even try. Don't even try. I'm gonna curve it. You're expecting Spider-Man to swoosh by. Thank you. Oh yeah, maybe. That'd be cool. Oh, I need to take this off. No.
I'm just having fun now. This is bad. This is bad stuff, but it's good because it's bad.
There you go.
I should have been using a bigger brush the whole time. The whole time, you guys.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why am I drawing outlines?
An arrow to show the direction in which he is swooshing.
Coffee says, I'm waking up at like 9 consistently now and it's all your fault, Doig. Well, you know what I got to say to that?
I'm happy. I'm glad, Elaine. Stop curving the horizon line. It's infinitely far away. You don't know what you're doing and you need to be curving everything else if you do that. I'm gonna curve everything then, Tib. I'll curve everything. You watch me. You watch me do it. There's my horizon line. I'm gonna curve everything.
This is getting out of control.
You know what I should
now.
do? I should use the line tool because that's a good tool. Because I can do that and curve it. Huh? 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 Any tips to stay on model?
Have the character model on screen at all times. Don't show anyone the original model, says Elaine. No, Elaine.
The problem is, whenever I have this perspective, I want to like do something really low to the ground. But that's not what I should be doing. I need to curb that. And instead, I must add some kind of point down here that can go up.
I should probably just...
2 points! 3 points! So yeah, I guess I'm thinking this should go all the way out. Because I guess I'm thinking to have like some buildings going on like this. Like centered around this point, maybe. That's how buildings work. Sure.
That's how buildings work.
Probably. But let's have some buildings going along here.
I am by no means at all skilled or qualified in making these smoke effects. So if you're watching this thinking, man, I wonder how he's going to take this garbled mess and turn it into something wonderful, because he probably can know how to do that. Well, you're witnessing me not doing that. You're witnessing me playing and having fun and trying to figure shit out, because I've not done something like this particular before. I've done some smoke, but nothing 3-point perspective-y going into the distance type stuff before. So yeah, I'm a doing a learn.
See, I feel like this should be doing that kind of thing. And then we're going to start getting them coming from the other direction.
Do I prefer doing effects or character animation? That's a good question. I think I prefer effects. I think I've done more effects than I have done character animation.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an to what I said?
What about you doing more effects than character animation?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to.
Yeah, I think so. Like, only one of the Animaring challenges I've done was the explosion one, so that must say something.
Tib says, playing and having fun is a great way to learn effects animation. It's a bad way to learn perspective. India, why must you torture me? Does this not look right, Tib?
Is it correct, Tib, to the decimal point of per yeah.
This weird folded floor that kind of does this, and then the buildings stick off.
Are you torturing Tib?
I didn't mean to. I'm trying
on purpose?
No, I'm genuinely trying to do something. I'm just not very good at it.
She's over there writhing on the floor, like, ah, no, why?
Like, I wasn't trying to do something bad. It's just coming out not very good. I'm never trying to do something bad. Spoilers.
I was talking to Declan yesterday, I think. No, I'm talking now.
But I got figured out what the problem is.
I'm talking though.
Okay.
And I were talking about like people trying to do something and like not knowing where to start and stuff like that. And I was like, maybe I should just advise them. I'm gonna tell them to just aim to make the worst thing they could possibly can. It definitely just gave me a look and went, "That's terrible advice." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it is."
Oh yeah, it is.
And he read it out to be more like, tell them to allow the first thing they make to be bad. I was like, that's way better. That's way better advice.
Tib can at least see what I'm trying to do.
Can she?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I had the line flipped wrong.
All right, yeah.
I think I had the horizon line curving the wrong way. So it didn't make sense of what I had down here. But now it makes more sense of what I have down here. You know? Because it's just going to be a big ball. It's going to be a big old ball of buildings. A building ball.
A building ball? What are you doing?
I'm making a building ball.
Oh, okay.
A Katamari ball of buildings. It wasn't what I was initially trying to do, but it's what I've ended up with.
Okay.
It looks a lot better, thank you. So if I map on, now that I've figured out what perspective it was I was doing in the first place, which I don't think was the perspective I was aiming to do in the first place, but it's what I ended up with.
Hey, if you ended up with something better than your initial aim does not important. It does not important.
It does not important, guys. You heard it here first.
Okay, yeah. See, this method of using a big old line, big old brush. Oh, it's
Oh
good.
no, it's not round.
You-
It's
Look at carving the shapes. Oh, it feels good.
I can't do an oval.
You can't do an oval.
Can't do an oval, guys. Oh no. Oval. Okay.
Do
Oh
you
no
think-
oval.
What?
Oh no oval.
Oh, novel. Where do ovals go when they die?
To the big oval shaped hole in the sky.
That'll do. I didn't have a punchline. I want to see if you could.
Oh.
Where do ovals go when they're close to death?
To the
To the retirement home, because their tires are flat and oval shaped.
Ah, that's so bad. I can't believe that you linked it to tires without denoting it elsewhere in the joke. It's the worst kind of storytelling. Hate it.
I love
Oh
painting
no! Now look.
you. What'd
My
you do?
oval's all wrong.
What'd you do?
Because of you.
What'd you do?
I did it wrong, guys. I know it's surprising to hear. And I know that you expect me to always get it right, but I'm afraid I did it wrong. I'm afraid to tell you.
I don't think they expect you to get it right.
Oh.
Okay, votes in the chat. Ban the guy. 1 for you expect India to get it right, and 2 for you expect India to try and get it wrong. And
That's
keep
really
trying.
mean. You're a mean man. You're a mean one. Michael Doig.
Mm-hmm.
You're a shimble, bimble, bop.
I'm just telling you, you don't need to worry. No one expects you to get it right.
You don't have to worry. No one expects anything of you. Thanks. Thank you.
Pablo's like 3 to expect Doig to make better puns. No one expects the puns from the Doigle Bear.
Yeah, they do.
What are your
Not expecting them and not getting them are two different things.
Just Jackie? Are you like subtly interrogating us? I just noticed that Just Jackie keeps coming in with like actual questions for us.
I mean, that's good. Thank you for
Yeah,
asking.
no. What do you want to
We are
know?
more than happy.
What are you trying to find out? Why are you targeting us? I'm just kidding. Okay, the question. What are your biggest influences / references? Oh, I think I really like painters like Bouguereau and there's one guy, I think his name was John Foster. I really liked his work. Who else? Colorist wise, I really like Matt Wilson.
Mhm.
That's his name, right?
That is his name, yeah.
I met him once. I should know his name.
I think you do. I think you just
Um,
maybe because you're on the spot.
Yeah. And there's another guy who colored something I like. Yeah, it's so hard to think of names when you're like trying to think of names.
Yeah, I agree. Biggest influences for me,
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoons,
Yeah.
of all kinds and varieties. Anime, in terms of a storytelling, I like that anime isn't afraid to tackle animated genres beyond just family movies. In terms of artists, Wayne Unten is an amazing animator. I love his work.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite series. Spencer Wan is an amazing animator.
According to his Twitter, he's looking for a boyfriend, which
Who?
made me laugh.
Who?
Sorry, the tweet was I'm now taking applications for boyfriends through my brother. Here's his Twitter, and that
Aw.
made me laugh. This is such
That's
a
the way you find them.
That's such a Spencer way to go about it.
Application. I'll review your application and get back to you. Thank you for your submission.
Yeah.
Says here that your qualifications are.
Someone was like, "Oh man, your brother's looking out for you. That's so sweet." And Spencer was just like, "He has a 7-step vetting process."
Nice. Oh, Ole, thank you so much. My sketches weren't very accurate to what I actually ended up with, unfortunately. I was much more oval shaped in what I was apparently trying to do.
I remember when you were trying to make the little dioramas of the Sonic levels.
Yeah, they would be like this, right?
Yeah, I think you keep trying to make that in what you do. I think you have you've drawn to that effect.
I like it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
I like it.
You like it.
I do.
Like
The
it,
miniature
like it,
worlds.
like it.
Okay, let's turn that off. And
Oh no, that's fine. Just Jackie. I was just making light of. It was funny. That
he was just being a bastard.
I'm being an asshole, but
Passe
I just like that
bastard.
you were like genuinely asking us really kind of cool and pertinent questions, and we are just over here like,
Derp, derp.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is my city. I built this city. I built this city with perspective tools. Built this city.
Okay, this is a flashy poppy mess, but I think through trying to make it, I've learned a
Let's
good
fly through the
way
city, guys.
to shorthand
That was a short flight.
carving the shapes a bit more. So that's good. What are you flying over there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Problem.
No problem. No problem at all. Tib sent you something.
Okay, can you NDA me for a sec? Just in
Uh,
case I have
Sure.
Discord up above my screen.
Do you know what? My monitor is available. I can get it today.
Oh yeah, you should get it straight after the stream. Go downstairs and
I'm doing that.
immediately.
Okay, you are. Well, not all of your screen is NDA'd. The left sliver is revealed.
Oh no.
I'll just sneak it behind here. There we go.
Look there, now it's a composition. Ha 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 ha.
You're NDA'd.
They can see it when I get back.
Okay.
Thank you for sending me stuff, Tib.
What
I
are
really
you-
appreciate it.
What are you all up to today? I don't know. I don't think we've asked. We wanna know.
Can you show us? I wanna know what you have been up to.
I have a good way of
Oh,
Can I
that's really interesting, Tib.
Can I share your screen? No.
Let me
Okay.
just check. I think you can. Yeah,
I can share your screen.
I think so.
All right, I'm gonna do it in a stripteasy way. Do do do, do dum, do dum do dum do dum do dum do
Ba-ba-dum.
dum. It's a Discord tip.
Yeah. The diagram I made a while ago about measuring in perspective. By drawing diagonals, you can always find the midpoint of the surface. If you need to divide by anything other than 2, you can find a flat line that isn't in perspective to use. Or make one. You can find a flat line that isn't in perspective to use. Have a look. So, diagonals always find the midpoint. Super helpful. What about in the case of a circle? I guess you just...
Ellipses in perspective are
I guess
really
for circles
tricky.
you would draw a square around it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. But for thirds or fifths, we can't rely on that if we want to divide if we divide a line that isn't in perspective, we can use that to measure.
You're un-NDAing like how pictures loaded in the 90s. Dude, that's when I started using the internet. I was
Okay.
there.
Okay, I see.
Hands up if you remember the modem dial-up noise.
So all of these are in perspective, but this one isn't. But we look by the intersections to see where it is. Interesting. Okay. And then we've got divide to find half, and then you can divide that to find a quarter. Too easy. These go to vanishing point. Okay. 4D line is flat. I'm not quite sure what that is.
It went Gonna go back to animating my smoke.
Animating my smoke. Animating my smoke. And then this is a shot I was doing in cylindrical perspective, which is what I think you were going for. Notice how when the horizon is flat, the vertical lines are vertical. But as we look down, the horizon lines appear vertical, and the vertical lines look horizontal. Oh my goodness. Okay. Have a look. Oh, too close. Okay. Okay. The horizontal lines still look horizontal to me. I am unsure. That's interesting though. Oh, in fact, I think I saw that you could do something like that in storyboard. Mike, can you NDA me one more time? I need to switch back.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I'm back. You can reveal. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So continuous perspective, is that what this is? 4-point continuous perspective. So is that what this is?
Wow. It draws a butt.
So if I was to say go here to the center point and then rotate this around, I think this is what maybe what I was trying to do.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay, let me just turn this off and turn this back on, and we'll try and match this and see what we get. Because this is definitely more almond shaped. It's good. How do I choose how tall it is? Oh, cool, like that. Okay. Be a little bit wider. There we go, that matches. And then I guess I had everything going the wrong way. So let's see what this does. So I'm going to start in the middle with my little boxes here. And we get some nice curved lines of them coming up, which I like. Wow, the horizontal's hecka straight though. Unexpectedly so. What you laughing at?
Just how frenetic this smoke that I've made is. And I'm trying to decide whether I like it, but it's very poppy. Evelyn, I think you said that you wanted me to listen to something. Can you tweet it at me just so I have a record of it easy?
Okay, so like this kind of thing maybe? Ba, 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 ba.
Oh, you did. Okay, thank you. Thank you. If you told me that you tweeted it at me and I missed that you said that you tweeted it at me, but then I thought of you tweeting at me, I'm sorry. You're one step ahead of me. I'm currently on 6 hours sleep when I should have had 16.
Yeah, on how many?
6 hours sleep. Went to bed at 7 hours. 7 hours sleep.
Basically, Mike stayed up all yesterday night, and all through the day yesterday. So he stayed up for 48 hours straight. Pretty much.
I wasn't awake for 48 hours.
How long was it? 24?
36? Maybe? No. Wait, I got up at 10? 9 or 10?
And then
So-
you worked through till
12, 24,
12 the next day.
36 hours.
Okay.
That's not good.
So even though he slept 7 hours last night, he's still a little bit wonky.
Also, Rika's in the chat. Valerie,
Rika!
hello.
Hello!
Hey.
How are you doing?
Why did you miss out on so much sleep? Deadline stuff.
Yeah.
The thing, see, at the end of a project, a lot of the render stuff, when you're rendering it from one computer, can take a long time. And my responsibilities included doing the final comping and also the final renders of stuff, or at least not the final, but rendering all the stuff we need to render. So it was.
Wait, this isn't what I wanted. I've done it
The whole
wrong,
thing.
guys. I've done it wrong. This is the perspective line. Initially was curved the other way, so it needed to be up here. So this, I think, is what I was trying to do. So much confusion. That should have been
Wait.
more like this.
Sand, your lawyer streams?
That's cool. What do they stream?
Games, probably.
Nice.
I don't know, I'm just guessing.
A cool lawyer you got there.
I'm using a Intuos 3 from the I got this in 2007. Wow, my tablet is 13 years old. This is the point where you learn that all of my equipment is
Very old.
older than all of our viewers. Tibbs says, if you need any help, then please message her.
I always need help. Okay, I will see. I will see if I can, Tib. If I can figure out what it is that I'm having trouble with, I'll definitely message you. Because if you're
Oh, I
open to
see.
receiving my questions, then that would be amazing. Thank you so much for the help. It really does make a huge deal to have people in chat able to put me in the right direction with stuff.
Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Animation Breakfast Club. I don't know what that voice was, but it's here to stay.
Oh no. No escape from the voice.
We're gonna have to head off soon, India.
We are. We might have to call it now, because I cannot dilly-dally about today. I've got a bunch of stuff to get through. And I hope I can put some of this knowledge into use that I learned today. That is my wish.
I feel like I could probably line up my smoke a little better so that it's not always wiggling.
But anyway, yeah, we should find someone to raid. And you should go and collect your monitor, and I should get on with the things I must do.
Alright, let's do the raidy thing. Let's do the raidy Brady bunch. Put up the ending soon screen where you can see all of our lovely past projects, including some of the work we've done with Knights of the Light Table. Yeah, let's see who we do it to.
So yeah, Darkbolt, the screen is arriving today. So we're gonna go and see if we can pick it up.
I think it has arrived. According to their tracking thing, it's been delivered. We have a like a place as part of the apartments that take deliveries. So we just gotta go collect it.
Happy almost birthday, dude. Yeah. Another year older, another year wiser. And my anime Mina, you're totally welcome. I hope to see you tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how everything's gone.
Mananime Mina, again, thank you so much for pledging on our Patreon.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. It helps us out a whole bunch, so thank you.
Let's see. There's Domo. We could go with Domo or Sand Experiment.
Either. Sand Experiment is sand art, I think.
Sand art.
Yeah, so whatever you would like.
I'm gonna go Domo. Domo's
Okay.
great. I think the folks that came over with Palbro, if you were still around and whatnot, I think you'll really appreciate Domo. He's a comic artist for DC, and really, really, really lovely, chill energy.
Okay.
Okay, I'm wrapping up. We're doing it. Raid. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yeah, thank you guys. And may the rest
Of your day.
be filled
With
adventure.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Hope you have a great day.
See you tomorrow for the Anna Morning Challenge.
Anna Morning Challenge.